See all the chairs are filled in the audience, so those coming in, you have to stand in the back, stay out of the way. So we're reconvening from closed session, and let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And as a moment of silence, we had the unfortunate situation of the India air crash where at least 240 people were killed. We don't know if I think there was one survivor that I've been made aware of so far. But besides that, which is a terrible catastrophe, we're facing adversity all over the world. So as we take a moment of silence, just think about those issues that I just mentioned. Thank you. Thank you. Next closed session report by the clerk of the board. She'll report out our actions taken from closed session.
Thank you. 4.1, the Board of Trustees completed the superintendent's performance evaluation and determined that he met his goals for the year. 4.2, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, approved the settlement agreement in Orange County Superior Court case number 30-2022-01 291123-CU-PP-CJC. 4.3, the Board of Trustees, by a vote of 4-0, approved the settlement agreement in Orange County Superior Court case number 30-2022-01282643-CU-PL-NJC. 4.4, no report action. 4.5, the Board of Trustees unanimously voted to accept the agreement with employee HR-2024-25-53. 4.6, the Board of Trustees unanimously voted to make the following transfers effective July 1st, 2025. Juan Alvarez, Assistant Principal, Savannah High School. Daniel Arredondo, Assistant Principal, Sycamore Junior High School. Cheryl Campos, Assistant Principal, Dale Junior High School. Esther Cho, Assistant Principal, Kennedy High School. Matthew Griffin, Assistant Principal, Oxford Academy. Israel Rubio, Assistant Principal, Western High School. Ryan Rellis, Assistant Principal, Walker Junior High School. The Board of Trustees unanimously voted to make the following appointment effective July 1st, 2025. Manny Oliveira Jr., Assistant Principal, Anaheim High School. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you very much. Next on our...
I think Manny is here.
Oh, is he? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes, please come forward. Please. Say a few words.
Hi, everyone. First off, thank you to the board, Superintendent Matsuda, my wife for always supporting me, all my conquests that I want to pursue. To my young daughter, my young son at home, who couldn't make it because he'd be running up and down the halls and stuff like that. But I'm really excited to get to work at Anaheim High School. It's bittersweet because I loved working at Brookhurst Junior High School and all the relationships and the relationships I've met with, I did with students and staff members, and looking to carry that on to Anaheim, and really excited to get to work there. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we look forward to seeing you there in your new role. So next, as I said, 6.1, CIF State Model Coach of the Year, Anne Famili, Magnolia High School. And board, you want to join me up here? Now in its 24th year, the CIF Model Coach Award Program is designed to recognize coaches who have served as positive role models in their schools and communities, and who have exhibited the traits apparent in the 16 principles of pursuing victory with honor. A model coach demonstrates and teaches the 6 core ethical values: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and good citizenship, the 6 pillars of the character. The CIF believes that the highest potential of sports is achieved when teachers and coaches consciously teach, enforce, advocate, and model, which is team, these values, and are committed to the ideal of pursuing victory with honor. CIF Executive Director Ron Nocetti, commends Coach Formelli for her dedication to education-based athletics, where she excels in developing athletic skills and building strong character in her student athletes. Coach Formelli represents Magnolia High School and the entire CIF Southern section with distinction. She is known for her commitment to student athlete development, both on and off the field, helping athletes succeed academically, personally, and athletically. She was selected from coaches across California for embodying the core values of education-based athletics: integrity, sportsmanship, and positive influence. She is a leader who shows that sports can be transformative force in students' lives. Coach Formelli leads by example, modeling perseverance, discipline, and resilience. She goes above and beyond, mentoring students, supporting families, and contributing to the greater school community. She inspires not just athletes, but fellow coaches, teachers, and school staff with her passion and professionalism. Today, we recognize not only her achievements, but also the positive legacy she continues to create at Magnolia High School. Congratulations. All there? Okay. 6.2, classified employees of the year. Employees will not be here present this evening, as they were honored at the Classified Employee of the Year event earlier in the year on May 15th, 2025. The Board of Trustees would like to recognize the Anaheim Union High School District 2025 Classified Employee of the Year nominees listed on the agenda. I believe there's 26 listed. Yes. The Board of Trustees, the 26 Classified Employee of the Year nominations were recognized during the event, as I said, on May 15th for their exemplary service to the district, students, and community. The Board of Trustees echoes the statements of appreciation and recognizes the efforts of these dedicated employees and acknowledges the value of their contributions. The Board of Trustees applauds these employees and their commitment to the district. So congratulations. And I have nothing from any students that are here this evening. I don't see any students in the audience that are wishing to speak. I'd like to recognize one association member, and that is Jennifer Sasai. Thank you for being here. And next is reports from associations. So, Dr. Sasai, yes, come on up. Representing Alta.
Good evening, President O'Neill, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Matsuda, Executive Cabinet, students, families, and members of our school community joining us both in person and online. We would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2025. We are incredibly proud of all their accomplishments and the legacy that they're leaving behind. In celebration of their journey, our seniors participated in nostalgic and meaningful grad walks to the junior high and elementary schools they once attended, an inspiring tradition that connects past, present, and the future. At Western High School, they are preparing for the exciting transitions this summer as they continue their transformations into the 7th to 12th grade campus. Major facility upgrades are underway, including a new main school entry, remodeled restrooms, upgraded classrooms, and the addition of a brand new wellness center. These improvements will welcome their incoming 7th and 8th grade students and staff with a revitalized learning environment. At Walker Junior High, we were honored to welcome representatives from C-SPAN and the local government who visited our campus to recognize 3 of our 7th grade students. These students earned honorable mention, the only ones in the nation, for the Student Cam competition with their compelling documentary on artificial food dyes. It was definitely a proud moment for our school and our district. Our students remain engaged even during the summer months. Many are participating in summer programs and internships that provide valuable work-based learning and career exploration opportunities. We also want to wish the best of luck to 5 outstanding AUHSD students who will be representing the city of Anaheim in the Sister Cities Exchange with Mito, Japan. These students attend Anaheim, Cypress, and Savannah High School. They will be immersed in Japanese culture while staying with host families, building global connections and lifelong memories. Summer school is underway across the district, and our students are thriving through AIM, where they are interning across Orange County in a variety of industries. Also this summer, our student ambassadors participated in a week-long professional development workshop where they were immersed in district initiatives, learning about our school communities, leadership skills, the power of student voice with purpose, organizational change, and a book study on unreasonable hospitality. They also represented our students at the AUHSD colloquium, sharing their experiences as a student in our district, and especially enjoyed keynote speaker Helen Imardino Yang's presentation on the science behind transcendent thinking. As always, we want to thank you for your continued support of our students and schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody in here this evening from PTA, PTSA? No? Okay. Next is public comments on open session items. We have one person wishing to speak, and that is Ron Flores.
Good evening. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I want to start off by saying this. You guys are so lucky that this board is so different than what's going on in Santa Ana. Because I go to their board meetings, you guys are doing a great job. I went to the graduation ceremony at my school, Western. It was awesome. It was well organized, and I want to give some kudos to some people that I think were responsible. Ellison Conrad, Adam Hernandez, Lorena Stout, and Assistant Principal Matthew Griffin. You guys, I mean, really, I go to a lot of events. I'm involved in many things. It was smooth. It was so smooth. I couldn't believe it. So thank you so much. And those of you that were there, I saw some of you out there in the heat walking. I said, wow, you must have done something wrong to be out there walking in that heat and sitting out there. I said, wow, it was hot. Anyway, down to business here. I'm here, as you know, to represent Western High School and 20,000 alumni. We're really getting involved in school. We have some things that are going to be happening, and we have been spending a lot of time researching for the last 2 months grades. And I want to share something with you that we found out. I went all the way down to the feeder schools, the elementary schools, to feed Orangeview, and then from Orangeview to Western, and I compared the grades on the California student dashboard. And I'm going to give you a little diagram with my hands here. when the kids are in elementary school in that area, their grades are this much above the standard. When they go to Orangeview, 120 points less on the average. And then when they go to Western, it goes up around 9 points. So I'm seeing a pattern. I wonder if it's the same in all the other schools. And then because I coached kids when I was a lot younger, I saw something that could be connected to this. When the kids play Little League baseball and football, everybody comes and watches them. And as they progress into the majors, into the ponies, less and less people show up. So I think something like that might be happening at the schools. At the elementary level, the parents are involved. But as the kids grow older and they're tied to their telephones, I heard the other day, 70% of their time is on that thing. So I think something like that needs to be looked at. We're going to look at it further. But I'm going to summarize this again. They're this much above the standard. When they get to Orangeview, they leave Orangeview, they're down here, 100-some point swing. And then when they go to Western, they only move up 9. And I'm talking about in generalities here. I think that's something that needs to be looked at. Something's happening. And then lastly, I want to talk about Western. I never come here and ask anything for Western except today. This money you have, if you have any change left over, think of refurbishing the forum at Western High School. It's been 45 years since it was touched. I think it would be a good investment to put some money into that, especially with the things we got planned for Western. It would be really great to have our final event that we're going to talk about at that auditorium and announce that it's going to be refurbished. I think it's really important because that's a central point of the campus. And then also, Mrs. Neen, don't forget to put me on the mailing list when the Measure K meetings start happening. I want to make sure that we're there to represent. And once again, thank you all. You're doing a great job. If you don't believe me, go online and look at the Santa Ana School Board. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next is number 9, Superintendent and Staff Report. Mr. Matsuda?
I have no report. I have a few things. First of all, good evening, everyone. First thing I want to mention, kind of I know I heard our friend Ron Flores just talk about the cell phones. Ron, I don't know if you're aware, and the board's aware, the board recently passed a cell phone policy for our district. So next school year, at the start of the school year, it's going to be implemented district-wide, where at the junior highs, the cell phones will be off and put away from the moment they walk on campus to the moment they leave. The high schools, there's a little more flexibility where they're off during the classroom experience, but they are on during passing period, or they could be on during passing periods and at lunch. But the idea, to your point, we have seen steadily increase in screen time over the course of the last few years. And when framing this with our parents and with our students, as we rolled out this policy, we have a lot of support in making this change next year. So I'm happy to say, Ron, we will have a cell phone policy that will hopefully address the concerns that I know he's always checking on me, but to make sure that that's being addressed. Second thing I want to mention is I'm really proud to mention that we were the first public school in the country to partner with Google to do the Google certificates. And that was a few years ago. And now we have crossed the threshold where we had over 1,000 students earn Google certificates in our classrooms. And that's pretty remarkable. And for those who don't know, Google certificate is the equivalent of like a bachelor's degree from a 4-year institution. And so we have students who are earning these Google certificates in their classrooms and embedded into their English classes, maybe their yearbooks classes, and others where they're earning, and statistics classes, yes, where they're earning the certificates, which is quite the feat. I want to give a huge shout out, obviously, to our teachers who have done the work to integrate the certificate and the work into their classroom and into their curriculum, because we're not sacrificing our curriculum, we're just enhancing it through the activities they do to earn that certificate. And I also want to give Amanda Bean, I don't know if she's in here right now, but her a big shout out because it's her leadership that helped work with the teachers and Google to make that happen. So I want to share that update. And then lastly, I wanted to share on Monday at 5 p.m., we're going to be hosting a Zoom virtual town hall with our community. All of our parents, families, caregivers, and community are invited to attend. It is a Know Your Rights forum with things percolating in our community. We want to make sure that our parents, again, we revisit and inform them so they can know their rights and be equipped to protect themselves should they find themselves in a situation that is troubling. And again, students are also welcome to attend. And we did do a training with our summer school principals this morning to, again, remind them of the protocols and expectations we have of the board policy regarding immigration enforcement and the protocols that are expected to be followed should someone come to the school. And then we also gave them access to a number of resources that they have before them. So if parents or students are wanting to know more information, they can certainly go to their summer school principal to get that information. They're also going to make sure to share that with their respective staff. That's my report.
Dr. Freed, is that link on our website? So
Yes,
I can
thank
just click
you.
on-
Thank you, Board President O'Neill. Yes, the link is on our website. So if you go to our district website, there's a link that has the immigration resources. And if you click that, everything is there, including the preparedness safety plan for our families, which gives them lots of guidance and advice on what to do to protect themselves. For example, the affidavit or the updating their contact lists or merging contact lists at the school and having a contingency plan, God forbid something should happen. So all that is there and it's in multiple languages. So our families have access to that information so they can, again, equip themselves with the things they may need to do to make sure that they're safe.
Thank you.
What time was that again?
5 p.m. And it's a virtual, and it's on I believe it's on our website with that. And a big mass communication went out to all of our families, parents, and our staff regarding that town hall.
So I want to announce that we did sell our first bond series from Measure K. So we sold $180 million. Due to our upgrade in our credit rating, we went from a AA2 to a AA1, which is not many districts in the state of California has that credit rating. So very, very excited about that. We approximately saved taxpayer about $3 million just with that savings of the upgrade. So very excited about that. And that means we will now be receiving money in about 2 weeks so that we can get our project started. So we do have to start paying some, design fees and stuff like that. And the first project that we are currently working on is the Handle Stadium. So we're very excited about that project. And as well as some of the fields. As we all know that we have 3 schools currently have the artificial turf. The rest of schools are waiting. And so that will be the first set of projects that we'll be delivering as well.
And that $3 million savings is because of the lower interest rate?
Correct. So because of our credit rating, we receive extremely competitive rates. So our rate that we did receive is about 4.55%. The high was actually 4.9% or so. So that's extremely low given the current market conditions that we are seeing. So for a taxpayer to receive such a attractive rate is extremely good for them as well. And so we do appreciate the community supporting our bond, and we are excited to get things going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No? No report? Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to Educational Services, 10.1, the adoption of Local Control and Accountability Plan, LCAP. And
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to recognize Dr. Seema Sidhu for her work, and also Mr. Robert Saldivar, and all the people who led those committees. It was a huge task, and I just want to thank them for their leadership. One of the concerns I have while reading through this LCAP summary was the number of surveys that we used. There's approximately 27,000 students, and we got back 12,749. So
That's really good.
I'm just saying, I'm just thinking that, and then the parent participation, and then the 17 from our community. Those are just the surveys. As far as the number of participants, we had 78 parents consistently there and 83 students, and then classified certificated, 105 in community 9. I'm just thinking with all of the parent engagement and support things that we have, if we could be a little bit more maybe intentional about using those positions to help get more involvement, and possibly even consider for the student surveys to include that in their summits with RSVP, so that we can get at least maybe 23,000, and make sure that that's part of the process.
Okay.
Just a point of information.
Sure.
So,
Anybody else comments? Seeing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Thank you. Resolutions. 10.2, resolution number 2024/25-B-23, committed fund balance, general fund.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any comments? No? Seeing none? None? Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Reynold Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.3, resolution number 2024/25-B-24, adjustments to income and expenditures, general fund. Resolution number 2024-25-B25, adjustments to income and expenditures, various funds, and proposed budget, all funds.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing none. Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Reynold Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's 4-0. 10.4, resolution number 2024-25-B-26, education protection account.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none. Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. 10.5, resolution number 2024-25-B-27, authorization to join Education Technology and Joint Powers Authority, EdTech JPA.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none. Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's 4-0. 10.6, resolution number 2024-25-B-28, California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act, whatever those letters mean. Resolution number 2024-25-B-29, informal bidding procedures pursuant to the Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions?
Just want the public to know that we gave we gave them a lot of questions on these resolutions. But I just wanted to ask the public. Ask so the public knows out loud. My question was if the bids that are received that exceed the 220, we still have to go back and bid on those, right?
Correct. And so the reason is, as you all have seen, costs have gone up significantly, and this will really help us to with some of the smaller projects. We just get we saw there's a lot of accounting involved, and so there's also paperwork involved. So that because there's a process, and they can come and audit the process at any given time. And this will definitely help us to move things a lot quicker. And so as we all know, there's different needs at school, and sometimes there's certain kind of work that we're just not able to perform in-house. And we try to do that if we can, obviously, but there are just certain times where we just can't. And so this will definitely help us to hopefully faster track some of the other projects.
So how long on average does it take to bid?
So depending on what type, like how small or how big. So the bigger construction, it's like a couple months. Even the smaller projects, I would say, Patty, where we at? It's like at least a month. Minimum, yeah, at least a month. And so the bigger project would take 2 to 3 months because there's like the request for proposal, then we have a selection process. Certain projects over $1 million, you have to be pre-qualified as well. And so there's a lot of different components involved. And so the bigger ones does take time, but even the small projects, so would take some time. And maybe you look at something and say, oh, that shouldn't take too long. But if it has to bid out, it's gonna be minimum in a month. And so we're trying to support our schools, the best we can. And other districts already have adopted this type of way to do things called a CUPCA and other schools, districts. And we're like, so we like to do that. And so we do appreciate our new director, Maria Rafael, to be able to do this. So at her last district, they did do this at Fullerton High School District, which is neighboring district to us.
Okay, thank you for that.
Is this just for all new construction or any bids?
So any type of bids.
Any type of bid. Okay. Thank you.
And we don't actually have that many new construction. Most of ours is like refurbishing something, and so this will cover quite a bit. And as you all know, the cost of just even some of this work has gone up quite a bit. And so a lot of times, if we think it's going to come in at this price, and if it goes over, we would have to reject our bids and go out for a formal bid at that point.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Mr. Hoshi?
Aye.
Ms. Randall Trejo?
Aye.
Ms. Guerrero?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, number 10.7 is Business Services Agreement, Colby Technologies, Inc. for quality bidders. I will CUPCCAA software.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, and could you explain exactly what this technology is going to be used for?
Definitely. So as also part of the process to do the CUPCA, that's what we call it. It's called a CUPCA. The software will allow us to have all the contractor be pre-approved in the system, and we also negotiate the price to include that they will do all the reference checks. And so instead of we would have to call 3 or 4 people or more. I mean, so we could possibly get more local companies to be part of the pool as well. Okay. And so this will also help us with our other bigger projects as well, because all the pre-qualification can also go through the software.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.8, School Resource Officers Agreement, City of La Palma.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Just
Just-
for the, yes.
Just a comment. I know that people, some folks, in the very beginning, when we started this process of acquiring school resource officers, this isn't something that we haven't done before, but these resource officers get to know our kids, get to know our admin, get to know, really the community. And so they're really community folks that interact with us. They're not always on duty when they're interacting with us. They come to football games, and they become part of the school culture. And so just wanted to make a comment about that.
Yeah, thank you. And that goes for all of our schools, all
Yes.
of our, yeah. Oh, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That's 4-0. 10.9, award request for proposal, RFP. RFP number 2025-29, Food Safety and Sanitation Program, 2022 to 25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.10, award of audiovisual equipment bid.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.11, increased micro purchase threshold, food services.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
I had a question, and I don't think I gave this out, and I apologize ahead of time. Can you give me an example of why this threshold is necessary? Does it mean that we can buy more in bulk?
I mean, I know that one of the reasons is also the reason is the cost of items have gone up significantly. And so in terms of just to get what we need, we do need to increase that. But Orlando, our director, can.
Hi there.
Cost is going up.
Yeah, cost is I mean, it's with everything too, so.
As Dr. Nian has mentioned, we've seen the cost of goods go up dramatically in the past few years. So as an example, since you've asked for an example of bulk, our equipment technician, Steve, goes out and does preventative maintenance on all of our equipment throughout the summer and throughout the year. So an example of a bulk item would be gaskets or things that are for refrigeration. And we have, 40, 50, 60, 70 refrigerators throughout the district and the elementary district.
Gotcha.
So being able to go out and buy in bulk would help us, since right now we're seeing prices go up anywhere from 100 to 200% on certain items.
I completely forgot. Those refrigerators are ours too.
They are.
Right?
Oh, my
Everything,
goodness. And I used to be married to AC tech, so I know exactly how those gaskets get expensive. So, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Thank you. Next, okay, 10.12, appointment of Measure K Independent Citizen Bond Oversight Committee members.
So, second.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions?
Can we talk about how this process came to be?
Definitely, definitely. Well, first of all, thank you to the committee for passing Measure K. So we're extremely excited about that. And since then, we are, it's a Prop 39 bond. We are required to have a Citizens Bond Oversight Committee of at least 7 people in that committee. So we have been advertising that since we passed the bond. We had about, I believe, 15 people that applied. So we're very excited about the number of participants. So we actually have more people that wanted to serve on a committee than the number of seats available. So tonight we are taking 7 members to the board for your approval. And what we had done was we did have a formal application, and we also had a interview process as well. So it was district staff as well as some external raters for the district as well. We have about 3 external raters that help us. And so we review the applications beforehand. We ask them about their understanding of the bond and what they would like to, the reason why they would like to serve. And so just want to thank everyone who applied for the CBOC. I know it's very, very exciting. And we unfortunately were unable to take everybody right now. But I want us to stress that people do drop off for different reasons. They either the time commitment or just the different categories that they're not able to serve anymore. And so we are super excited that these folks apply and they're selected right now. And so their term will start the first meeting. We're hoping in August. That will be our first meeting. And we're looking at between 3 to 4 meetings each year. And so, because now the other, the H is already completely done, so this will be a totally new separate committee that will be bringing their annual reports to the board.
And I assume more tours?
Huh?
And more tours for our committee?
Yes, so what we try to do is we always meet at the school site, and then so they can see what's going on with some of the construction work. So sometimes when their come is just getting started, sometimes we're in between, and we really want them to get a feel of what the construction is about. And so most likely probably we'll be going to Western High School. We're doing a lot of work at Western right now, and so it's going to be gorgeous when it's all done. So I mean, even this summer, they are at it right now. I mean, renovating the front of school, the bathrooms, and all that still. And once Handle get going, that's going to be a little time from now, but it's going to be amazing when it's all done. But the idea is they are also the voice of the district as well. They're going to go out and talk to people about what are different things happening in our district. We have an amazing committee. We're looking forward to having them serve, and we do want to make sure that people know that, down the road, we are going to be looking for people as well. So in the beginning, everybody always wants to apply, and then towards the middle, we're like, we need more volunteers. And so we will definitely be reaching out again if we do need that. So we do want to make sure we thank everybody who did apply for the CBOC positions.
You had mentioned earlier the word category.
There's different categories. So as you can see here, there is a two parent of guardian, and also, so that's one category. Also, the second category is parent or guardian, also an active PTA member as well. You have a business member, you have a senior citizen member, you have a taxpayer association person, and then you have 2 at-large members as well. So it is just not about which category you would like to serve. It's also you have to fit into a certain category as well.
Yeah, your background has to fit that category.
Definitely. And so we make sure that they check all the boxes that they do qualify for. Some of the folks, they do qualify for multiple categories
Okay, all right,
as
thank
well.
you.
So very, very excited. We're very excited for this group of folks to be volunteering.
So are we.
Nancy, just to clarify, the interview panel consisted of who?
So it's internal staff, myself, Patty. We have 2 other staff members that with our team that also sat on the panel, and also 3 external director, or one of them was a vice chancellor as well from a community college district. So we have 2 school districts and a community college vice chancellor that serve on our panel. So we want to make sure we get a broad kind of experience, and that we have outside voices as well to kind of help us with this process. And there's an entire process that we undertook as
Thank
well.
you.
And the positions, they're all volunteer, right? They're all
Yes, they're non-paid. So they will just be serving volunteer as well.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. All
So
in
we're
favor?
also approving the chairperson of this too, huh?
Yes, so we are recommending the superintendent appoint Mr. Nitish Patel as the chairperson and Ms. Marlene Drinkwine as the committee co-chair. We do know a lot of people have a pretty busy schedule, and so we do like to have people who already are running the meeting. So Mr. Patel is the mayor pro tem for the city of La Palma, and so he's already experienced in running meetings. And Mrs. Drinkwine is the vice chancellor for a community college district, so for Coastline Community College District. So these two folks are extremely versed in running meetings, and so we want to make sure that they are able to run the meetings, so we have more time to tour the campus as well.
Yeah, thank you. Anything else? Seeing that, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.13, the selection of leaseback contractor for South Junior High School site improvements, RFP number 2025-24.
So moved.
Second?
Motion is second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.14, selection of leaseback contractor for Gilbert High School site improvement, RFP 2025-25.
So moved.
Second?
Motion is second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.15, ratification leaseback agreement, Scorpio Enterprises, DBA Air Masters Inc. Air Conditioning, Kennedy High School Kitchen, HVAC-RFP number 2023-08.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.16, agreement James Gow.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.17, agreement Jasper Saldana.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.18, agreement Saphir and Associates LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Board President O'Neill, can I make a quick comment on this?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to reiterate, as last week when we did the work around our LCAP, we talked through our local indicators about our district really doing more work. And Mr. Flores, you talked about some of our drivers. Street data is a really important part of the work that we're engaging as a district. And just as a quick recap, street data is taking what we often refer to as the satellite data, the traditional scores, where we begin to interview students, families, community members to really uncover why the data is what it is. And so Shane Saphir was one of the co-authors and really creators of that coined that phrase street data. And she's going to be coming, if you do approve this, to be a keynote speaker at our Leadership Advance, which is next month. So we're really excited about the possibility of her speaking with our leadership teams across our school sites, because this past school year, we engaged in a community of practice led by Diana Fujimoto, Kenny Perez, and Danny Juarez, our evaluation manager, to really go deeper in the way that we look at data. And so this year, our plan is to continue that work and go even further in exploring the experiences of our students to inform the adults' behaviors and the systems that we create to better support our students. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to work with Shane Saphir in this work.
Thank you for that explanation.
You know, I just have a quick question. So do we have any reports of the street data that we've collected and how we've used that in our work?
I'd like to jump in. It's called the LCAP, and it's also all of the information that teachers are curating through soapbox speeches, all of their projects and their PTAs. That's street data. And the teachers are getting more and more sophisticated about responding to street data with amazing lesson plans, project-based learning, all kinds of things going on across our district. And this does have sort of mental health applications as well, as we learned from Mary Helen Imordino Yang, another expert in adolescent brain development. So we're really excited to be one of the leading districts in the country, connecting all of this from street data to addressing assets in the community and mental health and academic achievement, as well as verified by our partners at the community colleges, Cal State Fullerton, and UC Irvine.
And just to quickly add to that, we're also, as Robert Saldivar and I are doing the end of the year checkout and evaluations with our principals, many of them have commented on the work of the community of practice and the work with street data, and that the empathy interviews and focus group interviews that they've done with their specific student groups that they want to go deeper with, they're beginning to think about how they can leverage the information they got to inform the systems that they have on their campuses and the adult behaviors, right? Their approach to teaching and learning, the lesson design that Superintendent Matsuda just brought up, along with the behaviors and the way that they work with students, right? Later, you're going to also have an item on trauma responsive training as well with the Bowman Group. Similarly, that's also connected to the feedback that we're getting on how we can do a better job as the adults in supporting our students.
So an art district is also leading in the application of artificial intelligence through Scrappy to help teachers develop amazing lesson plans around the street data.
Okay? Yeah, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 10.19, Contract Independent Occupational Therapy Evaluation, Susan M. Smith, Inc.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.20, Agreement Bowman Consulting Group, LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on that? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. 10.21 was polled prior to adoption of the agenda. So we move on to 10.22, amended 2024-25 collective bargaining agreement with ASTA.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? 4-0. Consent calendar. Does anybody wishing to poll? I am polling 11.19, 11.20.
Give me a minute.
Anybody polling anything else?
11:03.
11:30?
11:03.
Oh, 11.3?
Yes.
Okay.
11:26.
Okay. Anything else?
Move for the balance.
Thank you. Do I have a second on the balance?
Oh, you're still looking.
Are you still looking?
I removed my motion.
This is a big agenda.
You're supposed to make a note.
You're supposed to know.
Put a note at 11 point nothing.
Okay. 11.33.
11.3.
Motion for the balance.
And,
Okay, so we have 11:19, 11:20, 11:03, 11:26, and 11:33 being pulled.
and 11:36.
You snuck that one in, okay. And 11:36, okay.
Okay, now motion for the balance.
Now we,
And a second.
and we have a second. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're gonna do an easy one. 11:19, 11:20.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Aye. That's 301. Okay. 11.3.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Discussion.
I just wanted to point out that Colleen is a well-respected consultant, but why are we using her for this project?
So she will be,
Not questioning who she is, but.
Right. So, yeah, so we haven't been using that much contract, but in the event that we do, we have a huge budget, over $500 million. And so, Karen's done a great job to overseeing that. I'm a very technical person as well. I review it, but it's such a huge budget that is always, I think it's great that we have another Thursday. It's a huge budget. There's a lot of different categoricals in and out. And, in the event that some family matters as well. So if I do need to take some time, then we would have somebody that staff can call if I do need to be away from the country, like to travel
So
abroad.
that's emergency backup is what you're
Yes,
saying.
yes.
Okay.
So for the next year, yeah.
But I think that's extremely humbling, because not many CBOs like that, like people looking over their work, but I really applaud that from you. That means that you really, are being very careful, and you're amazing. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for allowing us to have that support. I think it's very important. It is a huge budget. People do not understand. I mean, it's over $500 million. That's a lot of money, and we want to make sure that there's nothing that we're seeing. And we do. Karen does one set, I do another set, and then Colleen come and just check all the stuff, and we check our work as well. But it is quite a bit, and so we come in really, really close up each other's budget. So that's a good way to kind of to check and balances as well.
Okay. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's 4-0 on 11.3. How about, excuse me, 11.26?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Conversation? Mr. Hoshi?
Groundswell.
Grantswell. Oh, was just curious on how the schools were selected for this, how many schools we are doing, and again, the work that is taking place, and do we have any kind of reports on this?
Yeah, so Groundswell has actually come to board meetings in the past to do presentations with the data they've collected. They haven't come this year, but those schools were selected based on the data trends around discipline, also or student suspensions, conflict. And so those are the schools that were necessarily selected, and we've continued to use them to build capacity, not just in supporting the schools with their students, but also in building capacity around restorative practices with staff. You asked also about...
The schools that have Groundswell?
Yeah, so it's South Junior High, Brookhurst Junior High, Ball Junior High that have it. Lexington has it as part-time because of the cost has gone up with their staff, and because of our budget situation. It used to be 5 days a week. Now we're down to 2 days a week. The third day is a flex day where we, as a district, reserve the right to move them to work with schools that maybe have a unique need. For example, when Catella had a situation a few years ago, we used them to support Catella work through that. And then it's also the Bridges program, which is a club. They have an advisor, and they do a lot of work in bridging gaps between different cultural, ethnic, racial groups, creating harmony and love on the campus. I know Lorena Stout's here, so she works along with Dr. Hernandez with our sites and Groundswell.
So I might add too, we're also approaching this as a training of trainers model. And as we go into this year, we know there's going to be a lot of tension in our communities regarding immigration and other issues. So it's really important that we have folks on the ground that are trained in restorative practices. We are going to be holding in-school town halls to allow students a chance to express themselves and their feelings regarding some of the tensions out there in the community as well. So we have a long history with, used to be the Orange County Human Relations, and this is an important partnership to retain at this moment.
I was asking that because I wanted to see if we're going to need to expand it or if we can expand it.
Yeah, so for the RJ specialists that we have at sites, the district is like the general fund out of the district is supporting that work, with the exception of Lexington. They're contributing to part of their funding. But with the Bridges program, that is site funded. The sites have made a conscious effort that we want to have that club and that program on our campus, and they fund it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Next is 11.33.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Conversation?
I just wanted to highlight this program, and how did we first come about with this?
So I know Eric Greenberg works closely with this gentleman who runs Class Chat, but he is a former student in our district, a former student at Cypress High School. He's developed this app. So we have been using this app, but as you know, we have Cadence and a number of other platforms, so we're trying to figure out ways that we might integrate, because as the board is also very much aware, when we have a lot of the technological tools that we've been using, especially during the pandemic when we had quite a few, Eric and his team are always looking at ways to consolidate because of cost. And so right now we're utilizing Class Chat, but we're noticing that it has a lot of similar features, or it's building the similar features that we have with our 5-star program. So as they continue to develop, we'll have to see if when push comes to shove, if we want to move away from 5-star and move into class chat as they continue to grow, because it's still a newer company. But that's how they came to be. It's a former student of our district who reached out, began to pilot it, the work, I believe, at Cypress, and then now it's expanded to several of our schools. So, yeah.
Amazing, I love that.
I'm just curious, do you know what classes he took in Cyprus to help him get to this point?
I don't know.
Oh, just curious. Okay.
I could guess, but I don't know. I don't
I
want to
heard
give you.
someone
no
say
guess.
computer
Okay.
science.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's 4-0. Okay, last one, 11.36.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. Mr. Hoshi.
Aye. Oh, I'm sorry.
Aye what?
I
I
wanted to
want to
ask.
There
say,
you go.
I wanted to ask, will this, like, what schools or who is participating in this? Because the window on this says, oh, we have a pretty long window
Yeah,
on
it's
this.
for the year.
Okay.
So Jessica Yett, our curriculum specialist in science, works closely with this organization. We've been using them for years. It's open to all of our schools. So she
Okay.
works with different schools as they recruit students who want to be part of the program. So in some years it may be multiple schools, in other years it may be more narrow, but schools across our district, specifically in the science program, have access to this opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Jessica Yett oversees this work.
okay, now, all in favor, say
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 4-0. All right, moving on to number 12. Board of Trustees report, Mr. Hoshi.
Yes. So starting on the 9th of May, I got to go to the AUHSD Film Festival, which was incredible. Got to see the creative work of our students. Went on the 10th to the Cypress High School Choir Show. On Monday the 12th, the AXA Region 17 Awards. 2 of our students from Kennedy High School provided entertainment for that, and they got a standing ovation, by the way. The 13th, I went to the Lexington Choir and Guitar Show with 2 sold-out performances in their gym, and I was sad to hear that their director, Sherry Batinga, is retiring this year. So, so that was, and then 5/13, that same night, I went over to Orange View's choir concert, or their spring concert, and it was their last show as Orange View Junior High School, so that was kind of a sentimental moment for Miss Reyes, but it was great. 5/14, outside in our patio over here, we had a CSEA barbecue, and we filled the entire staff lounge and the patio. We had a great time celebrating in there. It's a great space to have those kinds of celebrations. Lexington Junior High Band Concert on the 14th. Ms. Trejo joined me on that. And then I happened to be a guest speaker for the ethnic studies teachers. Ever since I went on the pilgrimage to Manzanar with Mr. Matsuda, I found my voice and my story. So I've been able to share that with a lot of people, and so forth, and especially to the teachers. And on the 15th, Orange County Board of Education Superintendent Dr. Stephen Bean joined a group of us, and we went over to Hope School to see the work that they're doing over there. It was a great time. That same evening, I went to Loera's Roses concert, which is their final concert of the year. And then the 17th, Saturday, I went to the United Way internship program where a bunch of our students got acknowledged for their internships this past semester. And they were awarded $500 or a laptop. They could choose what they wanted. Guess what they chose? Yeah, they really liked. I think it was probably half and half, but the opening speaker was one of our students from Savannah High School, so that was really nice to see that. On the 19th, Mr. Saldivar, Dr. Freed joined me to celebrate a partnership with the City of Cypress with Patty Brunet's AP Environmental Science class, and they did a thing about stormwater quality Leader Program, and we partner with the Orange County Public Works and the H2O Storm Water Program and the Poseidon Education. This is really truly a demonstration of like civic engagement and us working with the city, and the kids are going to be moving their proposal forward to the city of Cypress. So I thought that was interesting. On the 19th, Ms. Guerrero and Mr. Randall Trejo and I went and joined Mr. Matsuda at the City of Anaheim, the esports, City of Anaheim AUHSD esports competition, and Oxford Academy, congratulations, they won, and so forth. But we were also judges too. We got to serve as judges for another competition. On the 20th, I think Dr. Sasai had mentioned this, C-SPAN came all the way from Washington, D.C. to recognize a program, and it was based upon a video, Your Message to the President of the United States. What issue is the most important to your community? So the kids were allowed to examine a selected topic from multiple perspectives and assess what action the president should take. And this one happened to be on food dyes. So it was interesting because they came all the way over to the little city of La Palma, and I asked the lady from Washington, D.C. that represents C-SPAN, have you ever heard of La Palma? And she said, no. Well, we put AUHSD and La Palma on the map to C-SPAN. So really happy about those 3 students. And by the way, these were 7th grade students, and that won. There was a district colloquium that I think it was mentioned, and I got to participate in that. And then Mr. Matsuda and I went later on that afternoon to the Mac Farm Community Orchard. They were given their tree giveaways, and just to see the first day of all of our interns for the summer Mac program, they were all excited and already getting their hands dirty and ready to go. I want to acknowledge Adam Hernandez for organizing the active shooter training that we had at CVA in Dale. Real life simulation. The really cool thing was it was really an exercise for the fire departments and for the police and for the CHP. So it was interesting to see how they all came together. And I want to acknowledge Lorena Stout too, because she was there helping to organize and facilitate. When they use our facilities, we have to make sure everything is all ready and set to go. So there's a lot of work before and after to return the schools back to the way they were. On Wednesday, I took a tour of the Extron facility, and that was really interesting about our partnership with them and just the gaming and just the kind of experiments that they do, and what a great opportunity for our students, and just in our backyard here. So I kind of always wondered what was on top of that ranch restaurant, and the owner of Extron owns the ranch restaurant, and there's an interesting story behind that, but I don't have that much more time. So the day before yesterday, I got to finally participate in capturing kids' hearts. And we had 26 participants from Oxford and from Cypress High School, and I thought it was an excellent training and just a reminder how we need to acknowledge people, appreciate people, and and just say thank you. And one of the exercises we did was we had to text somebody about how much we appreciate them and so forth. And my friend was like, "What? Are you okay?" So anyway, because it's something that I think we need to do just a lot more of. And I think as we go through the summer and what we're going to appreciate, the great things that we're doing here in this district, I think it's a really good time. We did. I'll let my colleagues talk about the graduations, but I do want to, again, acknowledge Allison Conrad, Adam Hernandez, and Lorena Stout. You guys did an excellent job, and most of all, you provided a memorable experience for the families. So thank you on behalf of the board.
That's fantastic. I think when I did the Capturing Kids' Hearts, we had to write pencil and paper. Now they're texting. The olden days. I'm glad you went. That was a nice thing. I'd actually like to acknowledge Deborah Schroeder here from Vibrant Minds. Thank you for being here, and former employee, principal, band director from La Guera. Yeah, Dr. Bill Schroeder. All right, and so you heard, our vote was already cast. We didn't for Vibrant Minds. So thank you for being here. All right. A lot of the things that you had already mentioned. Did you mention the retirement tea? Oh, okay, so you were there. That's always a wonderful time. It's bittersweet, but I love it. Brad does a great job of acknowledging our retirees. A bittersweet moment. They don't know what to expect, but we make them all share, where how long they've been in the district, what they've done, and then they find it's not too difficult, but a little bit of tears, for a memorable time that they've had in our district, and we a lot of the times they didn't really. They don't really kind of fully acknowledge that it's happening, and so it's a really nice time to be there and acknowledge their hard work and dedication to our district. Always attend my no crop board meetings, and then I had to go to the CAC awards after that. Caselpa does a really great job of acknowledging our employees with their awards. The Lexington Band Concert, and I also was privileged to go to Hope School with Dr. Bean's visit. He was extremely impressed with our Hope School and staff there. Our Classified Employees of the Year celebration is always a wonderful event. Let's see. What I'd like to say, just to echo Mr. Hoshi's sentiments about all of our graduations, they were very well run. It's a major event that happens every day, sometimes 3 times a day, and it's a wedding every time, and so you have the flowers, and you have the bridesmaids, and you have the groomsmen, and you have all this production that has to go on, and I think it went so well this year. We always give notes after every performance or after every graduation, and the next time it's, all of the things are taken care of. So I really want to acknowledge, I also want to acknowledge John's team and maintenance and the crew. The bathrooms were sparkling. Every time I went in there, sometimes I had to slip and slide because the floors were already mopped, but everybody did a fantastic job. I want to really acknowledge and the vice principals that had to put those together. It's an amazing feat. I attended the esports. Also, Trustee Guerrero and I attended our semi-annual delegate assembly in Sacramento, and during that time we had some things going on here. I guess all across California, the state of California, rallies for the We Can't Wait campaign, and so Trustee Guerrero and I got an Uber, and we went over to the rally to participate in that. We met a couple of our trustee colleagues that were there as well, supporting the teachers for that rally. And let's see. Oh, one of the things that was new this year before Western's graduation ceremony, we were told that the ILC has a nice celebration before the ceremony. They invite the parents to come over, and there's about 100 students or so, and so it's a really nice tradition. They invite the parents to come over and have kind of a pre-graduation ceremony, and so the trustees and cabinet ran over to where they were and were able to celebrate them. That was a nice treat for us. All right, and then I attended one of the LCAP meetings, as I had mentioned in the last meeting. And I just think that it's just an amazing feat to get all those folks in the room and the dialoguing that goes on and the intense dialogue, the in-depth dialogue. It wasn't, I felt everyone felt comfortable and understood the process. And I want to compliment, again, everyone that put that together, Seema, Robert, and all of the participants. We know that takes a lot of time out of your life, but we know that it's probably one of the best, and as we've been told in the state processes, we're not just giving this folks a survey. We're really doing the hard work and rolling up our sleeves to really look at, all peeling back all the onion layers of our school district, the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, and we celebrate the good and we take care of what needs to be fixed. So I really commend everyone here for that process.
Thank you. And I echo some of my colleagues' comments on some of the events attended. But for my comments tonight, I wanted to reserve a moment to address the recent immigration enforcement activity that has taken place in Orange County and across California. These actions hurt our families, disrupt lives, and go against the values of justice, dignity, and compassion that we strive to uphold in our schools and in our communities. I am a daughter and granddaughter of immigrants, just like many of our students and families in this district. My father and grandparents came to this country seeking opportunity and a better life. To our students who also have immigrant parents or who themselves are undocumented, working every day for a brighter future, know that you are not alone. I understand the fear you face and the responsibility you carry in keeping your loved ones protected. Our families work tirelessly, they contribute deeply to our communities, and they deserve to live and thrive without fear. I want to reiterate that our schools are safe places for our students, families, and staff, regardless of immigration status. We support our immigrant community. This board passed a resolution reaffirming this commitment and ensures that no information or documentation regarding the citizenship or immigration status of students or their families is shared, and that our schools do not cooperate with immigration enforcement activities. Over the past several months, our community schools and family engagement team has hosted several Know Your Rights events to equip families with the information they need to stay safe and informed. We've also created a dedicated section in our district website listing trusted resources such as the Immigrant Legal Resource Center, CHIRLA, the OC Justice Fund, and the OC Rapid Response Network. We are also hosting, as mentioned, another Know Your Rights virtual event this Monday at 5 p.m. And encourage everyone to please visit the AUHSD website and read your Aries messages for more information. And I just want to thank our staff, this board, and this district for their commitment to our immigrant community, and ensuring that we are educating and empowering our families with the tools that they need to be safe and stay informed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Guerrero. Well, my colleagues here have said almost everything that I've done except for two things. Ms. Guerrero and I attended the Summer Language Academy open house this morning and went in some classrooms and saw what the students were doing, so that was interesting to see. And Afterwards, I went and visited, that was at Savannah High School. I went and visited the Kennedy Summer School, went and saw some classes there to see how they were doing. And then one thing that they could never do, and that was I went to the East Coast and to Texas and visited my grandkids in the last couple weeks. So I got you on that one. So other than that, you covered my bases. So future planning dates. Board meeting Thursday the 17th at 6 p.m. for open session. That's July 17th, if I didn't say that. Anybody have any suggested agenda items? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Up.
I wanted to just acknowledge something. Before our next board meeting, we are going to have a performance of our Summer Arts Academy students, and it's free entertainment, everybody in the audience. And so it's a great date night or a good family night. Free. It's going to be at air-conditioned Art Center. Mr. Dusky is here. What is the name of the musical and what dates? And mark your calendar.
Yep. Yep. Anybody else? Seeing none? A motion?
Motion to adjourn?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?